Hi everyone, welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings, Flight Diary, Kanako's Route, Episode 2. So we had a very interesting Episode 1 with Kanako wondering how she ended up in Aoi's room. So this is the vanilla version, so Kanako was in her underwear, but in the original Japanese version, Kanako was naked. So it turns out that there was another big typhoon that hit the Flying Fish Manor, and once again, everyone, especially Aoi, had to go and fix the leaks. And in Kanako's room, the window broke, so all the rainwater was getting inside, and Aoi had to help block the open window and prevent too much rain from getting inside. And I'm sure as a result, he got too much water on himself and he got sick from the cold. And the girls felt sorry, and Kanako offered to take care of Aoi. And she enjoyed one night being in Aoi's room, and I think she accidentally fell asleep with him in his room. So Kanako tried to escape, but Aoi saw her, and he's wondering why Kanako is acting all strange. So let's find out. So well, I can't think of anything I could have done to upset her. Okay? Well, maybe it was because of the cold, but most of the previous day is a complete blur to me. And I speak most of my time in bed anyways. Oh, so I spent. But I must have done something, and why else would Kanako be so on edge? And I want to thank her for taking care of me all day and clear up whatever this misunderstanding is about. And if she stayed still long enough for us to have a conversation, that is. Well, I really do feel grateful to her. So she given up her whole day to keep an eye on me while I mostly just slept after all. And sure, she said she was free anyways, but it couldn't have been too much fun for her, and yet she never complained once. Well, I had to thank her, and I don't feel like fixing a window. Also, fixing a window entitled me to this treatment. And I'm pretty sure I would not have recovered this quickly without her there by my side. Well, I'll just have to pin her down, so I want to catch her and have her explain or just talk about what concerns she has or problems. Okay, so here's my chance. So my chance comes sooner than I expect. When he sees Kanako, so looks like Kanako is about to go to class. On the way to the dining hall, I ran into Kanako coming out of the bathroom. Oh, good morning. And it's not like you to be up and about this early.
本当はもっと寝たかったんだけどね。二度寝しようにも微妙な時間だったし。
So I didn't sleep well. And she tries to turn her yawn into a laugh. It is not convincing. And a few wet strands of hair are clinging to Kanako's cheek, and she must have just been washing her face. And I realize I am staring.
何？葵くん、そんなに見とれちゃって。
So basically, Kanako did not get enough sleep, and I'm guessing that Kanako took a shower quickly to hide her tracks. Oh, sorry. And I had to get a hold of myself. had I really just been standing there staring at her? I took a deep breath to bring myself back to my senses. Oh, well, I was just surprised. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen you actually wear clothes.
そうだっけ。可愛い後輩も増えたし、頼れるお姉さんだってアピールしよっかなってね。
Well, that sounds like a lie. Kanako straightens up and rests a hand on her hip, smirking confidently. And my attention is drawn towards her lightly swaying breast, but I manage to control myself and keep my eyes on her face.
でもそんなにいつも薄着だったっけ？
So maybe this uniform is too small? Yeah, well, in the summer anyways. And feeling a bit embarrassed over what I've just said, my heart starts to beat fast. And I've only been trying to make a conversation, but now I could not help feeling awkward. That looks weird. And a heavy silence settles over the both of us. Kanako looks uncomfortable too, so she kept stealing glances at me now and then. And seeing her acting so bashful only makes it worse for me.
体は大丈夫なのかしら?
So, anyways, are you feeling better? Yeah, well, I'm great, and thanks to you, I'm going to be just fine. Well, seriously, well, thank you for everything.
そんな、大げさすぎよ。特別なことしたわけじゃないし。
Oh wait, I went too fast, so let's see what Kanako had to say.
そんな、大げさすぎよ。特別なことしたわけじゃないし。
Okay, so I didn't really do much for you.
もう、そんなジロジロ見ないでって。
Wait, so how do I respond to this? Wait, so what is going on here? And when did Kanako get so cute? But this is not the time for that. And I had to find out what this morning was all about. So, Kanako, so I've been meaning to ask you about this morning. And before he has his chance, Asa comes down. So, good morning. And Yoru. I look up to see Asa and Yoru descending down the stairs. Oh, morning, you two.
随分とのんびりしてますけど、いいんですか？割とギリギリな時間ですよ。
Huh? And I look at the watch and realize I lost track of time, so I think they're almost late. Oh yeah, you're right. So sorry, I'll get you right on it. So I'll get breakfast ready for you.
私もお手伝いします。私も手伝うわ。無ギッチュな姉さんだけじゃ心配だし。
Well, I don't trust her making stuff.
ヨルちゃんひどい。
Oh, I'm sorry, Kanako, so I got to get stuff ready in the kitchen.
はいはい、頑張ってちょうだいな。
Okay, good luck. It looks like I missed my chance again. I have to be more focused next time.
なんかダメだ。
So what's going on for Kanako? So I put a hand on my chest. It felt warm, despite the cold water I splashed on it a few moments or minutes ago. And it's not like me to be so timid.
調子狂うな。
And this is all Aoi's fault. Or Aoi-kun's fault.
なかったみたいに普段通りだし。
Well, I'm sure he's trying his best on his end to cover up. So, I guess it could be all in my head. But what if something had happened and Aoi is just really nonchalant about it?
どうなんだろう。なんとか真相を確かめないと。
Well, I have to find out.
おはようかな。
And now, Kotori is here. So, good morning, Kana.
おはよう、小鳥。なんだか顔赤いわよ。ああ、暑いからじゃない？今日はちょっと蒸し暑い感じがするし。
It's okay. So, it's just gonna be hot and humid today. So, nothing out of the ordinary.
確かに、今日は絶好のフライト日和よね。
Which means it is a perfect day to fly.
今日も部活？当然。
Yep.
じゃあ、私もついていっていい
？So, as soon as the bell rang, the classroom is filled with noise and activity. So I think Kanako will join in at the soaring club today.
さあ、今日も張り切っていくわよ。小鳥は本当に疲れ知らずよね。
So with classes over for the day, I meet up with Kotori and the others. So Ageha and... Oh, so Asa and Yoru gone on ahead, apparently. So we better not keep them waiting.
その前に、今日は特別ゲストが来てるわよ。
And we have a guest that will tag along with us today. Wait, guest?
やっほーい。
And it's Kanako. Oh, so you mean Kanako. So I don't think she's a guest per Aoi's viewpoint.
そうよ。私たちの新しい活動拠点を見たいんだって。
So she wants to see our club, or our newly formed club.
やることもなくてさ、せっかくだし、いろいろ見せてもらおうかなと。
Well, I knew you could not stay away forever. So she shown some reserve when I invited her to join us before. Kanako smiles awkwardly and her cheeks turning red.
それじゃ、行くわよ。
Okay, so let's go then. Yep, that's right. So, one problem with Kanako is that she's famous for bouncing between different clubs. So, she gets bored very easily and changes clubs, and then she gets bored in that club and changes again. So, there was one point where Akari wanted the Soaring Club to have enough members, and when they tried to use Kanako as a fill-in, Akari could spot the fake Kanako. It's like, well, this person has bounced between too many clubs, so I don't consider her as a legit member of the Soaring Club, so she's out of the count. And that means your club does not have enough members and it should be closed. Well, anyways, that's passed, so... So this is the first time Kanako has seen the Soaring Club in its current location, so the hangar or dock that's owned by the twins, and so grandfather or old man Kazato, so the grandfather for Asa and Yoru. Kanako is clearly shocked by the size of the hangar. We called it our club room, but it is really a much bigger space. So how is it?
ここに来ると気合が入るのよね。やってやるわよって
So this place always gets me fired up.
バカ言ってないで、さっさと作業に入ってください。
Okay, so let's get to work. So Yoru had arrived already and is showing no patience for Kotori's enthusiasm. And she shoots a glance at Kanako.
また余計な人が増えた。
Okay, so another stooge here with us.
そうじゃけにしないでよ。抱きつこうとしないでください。
So apparently Kanako knows how to calm Yoru down. It's like, okay, so don't be all mean. You're cute and you're lovely, so let One-san pat you.
あれ？朝ちゃんは？もう先に始めてます。
So what's going on with Asa? So Asa is over near the glider. She hadn't even noticed the rest of us and is carefully inspecting the cockpit and the surrounding area.
よし、私たちもさっさと始めるわよ。
Okay, so let's get started then.
了解。
And for Kanako?
じゃあ適当に見学させてもらおうかな。
Well, then again, she's a guest, so she shouldn't be involved in any activity. Okay, cool. So feel free to ask if you have any questions. Okay. Kanako waves as we walked away, still keeping a watchful eye on us. Sure.
葵先輩、これなんですけど。
So what's wrong? Oh, right. I think... And I'm not sure why, but it felt like I'm being watched. And all the club members are gathered around the glider, so apart from Yoru, who is immersed in a book on the stairs. And meanwhile, Kanako is standing next to Kotori, her attention focused on the machine. And I could have sworn she'd been looking in my direction a second ago.
Senpai?
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I guess probably the best person to ask about this problem.
わかりました。
Okay, so I think Kanako looking at them, it's making the Soaring Club feel uncomfortable to continue their work, especially for Aoi. And I jerk away in shock. I had not noticed Kanako sneaking up on me like a bobcat. Okay, so this time Kanako is really close up to Aoi. Hey, so where do you come from? And don't scare me like that. Come on. And she got so close without making any noise at all.
いやー、ちゃんと先輩してるね。感心しちゃうわ。
Well, I want to see all of you up close. She nods as if agreeing with her own statement. Her hair bounced with the movement, diffusing a sweet smell into the air. And the difference in our height forced her to look up at me. Well, that's right. So the sight, combined with her scent, made my heart beat a little faster. And I'm just delighted. Oh, so I just delegated the task. So, do you need something? Kanako's only reply is a slightly strange smile. So what is it? So what do you want? And she's looking awful fidgety all of a sudden. Her hips tighten and her eyes start moving erratically. Wait, so Kanako, so what's wrong? So you're acting strange and it's hard for us to figure out what you want.
ごめんごめん。お邪魔しました。
Wait, no, so hold on for a second. And once again, she refuses to let me speak and runs off back to Kotori. So for some reason, Kanako just withdraws and moves away when Aoi asks her for something. Wait. And I let out a deep sigh. I've been suppressing. So that didn't work. Well, I'm nervous. It is hard to get my breathing under control. Okay, so I got to calm down. So I got to focus my efforts on this glider. And this might have been the first time Kanako had been close enough for me to be aware of her scent. And I'd gotten kind of used to her walking around in her underwear at home, but this sneak attack just now caught me completely off guard. Okay, anyways, back to work. And I did my best to concentrate on what I'm doing and drive away any dirty thoughts out of my head. Okay, so it is quite interesting to see that Kanako would just sneak up on everyone, especially Aoi. And it also does raise more questions. So what does she want to say to Aoi, or what does she want from him? And when Aoi asks Kanako for something, Kanako just walks away with, "Oh, never mind." So that's a mystery in itself. So after a quick breakfast, I start tidying up around the kitchen. Oh, good morning. Kanako comes out, drying her hair with a towel thrown over her shoulders. Wow, so she really is sexy. And fresh from the shower, her skin is slightly flushed. And the serene expression on her face makes her look even more alluring. And come to think of it, she's been wearing clothes around the house a lot more lately. And not long ago, she get out of the bath and is only wearing her underwear pretty much 100% of the time. Well, it's hot and this helps me refresh. And naturally, I'm glad she started to act more together. Yes? And I stopped what I'm doing and turned to face Kanako. And she seems a little bit restless. I got the feeling she is watching me to see how I would react. And I start to feel my face going red too. Oh, so go first. Never mind. So why not? And before I could call her back, she suddenly or already retreated back to her own room. Well, it's got to be something, right? Well, I wish I know what she is thinking, or I knew. So I stepped out of my room, heading out to do some shopping. And he sees Kanako. So she's lounging around on one of the chairs in the lobby. And our eyes meet for one moment before darting away again. Well, I'm just heading down to the store, and I should not be gone long.
Hi, hi.
Okay.
今日はお肉が食べたいな。ハンバーグとか。
So some hamburger steak? Okay, sure. And her tastes are overly simple sometimes, maybe even childish. Well, is that what you are going to say earlier? So suggestions for tonight's dinner?
ないと難しいわね。
So it's not working. The fateful day I spent with Aoi-kun drifted back into my head. So much time had passed since then, but I still had no idea whether anything had happened between us. And I felt like there is a heavy, pall of cloud around me that I could not get rid of. And Aoi seems just fine though, no different from normal. And maybe I really didn't have anything to worry about.
もうなんかめんどくさくなってきたわ。
And I buried my face in my pillow. And I'm making zero progress this way.
ここは頼れる後輩の力を借りますか。
So I reach out for my cell phone. So I'm sure Kanako will ask maybe Asa and Yoru for help.
かなこさんが相談事だなんて珍しいですね。
Okay, so Kanako goes to Yoru.
あら、私だって年頃の女の子よ。悩みの一つや二つ持ってるに決まってるじゃない。すみません。とてもそんな風には見えませんでしたので。
Well, that seems like an exception.
ひどい。はいはい。それでお話というのは
So what do you want to talk about? And I took a deep breath. I had to stay calm and get my thoughts in order. Okay, so how am I even supposed to start? So where? And I didn't want to jump into the details right away. And Yoru will probably see right through me anyways. And I did have to consider Aoi's privacy too.
どうしたんですか、先輩。
So, you are all silent, senpai. And Yoru calls me back to reality. I couldn't hesitate forever. I had to say something.
ふと疑問に思ったんだけど、いやらしいこととかいかがわしいこととか経験すると、その人の雰囲気とか空気が変わるって言うでしょ。あれって本当に分かっちゃうものなの？は？
So Yoru's eyes went wide in surprise. So what are you talking about? And I've never seen her like that before.
なんですか？そのいかがわしいこととかって。
So what's with this V card anyways?
だから。
So is this some kind of game card? And this time her face goes red all over.
ほら、よく言うじゃない。男の子だと一皮むけて落ち着いたとか、たくましくなったとか。女の子にもそういう変化とかあるのかなって思って。鏡とかでわかるものなの？ちょっと待ってください。唐突に何なんですか？その恥ずかしい話は。いや年頃の女の子としてはやっぱりそういうこと気になっちゃうじゃない？私に同意を求められても困ります。あまり興味ないですし。ありゃ。
Well, that sucks.
それで何かあったんですよね。私にこんな話を切り出してきたわけですから。
So why are you interested?
さあ、どうだろう。
And now Kanako's going off to the usual brushing it off and evading
話
it.
の内容から考えるまでもありませんでしたね。
But Yoru can
先輩が絡んでいる。
so Yoru can see through the cracks. So it must have something between you and Aoi-kun or Aoi-senpai, right?
もう、そんなことないわよ。
Okay, yes, you're right. And my reactions must have given away something. Yoru's eyes are shining with a dangerous light. So I got it right on the dot, or for Yoru. And I felt a shiver run right down my spine.
やっぱり自分で調べてみるわ。こんな遅い時間に付き合わせてごめんね。いえいえ、気にしないでください。一後輩としてお役に立ちますよ。何せかなこさんには日頃からとってもお世話になってますから。
Okay, so I will help.
いやありがとう。でも気持ちだけで十分だし。遠慮しないでください。というか、遠慮なんてさせませんから。私も適切にアドバイスしたいので、洗いざらい白状を。もとい、話していただけますか？
And I think I may have chosen the wrong person to confide in. Well,
なるほど。状況はあらかた把握できました。
Well, I'm sure Yoru's like, well, it is kind of awkward, but I'll help you, and I know what you're thinking of. And if it was Asa, then Asa would be clueless during the entire conversation.
ヨルちゃんがこんなド S だったなんて。私はただ必要なことを聞いただけです。何もかも白状させられたんだけど。あと、ド S なのは否定しないのね。あ、最後にもう一つだけ。何よ。まだ何かほじくり返したいの？
So now I'm interested, so I have more questions to ask.
はい。葵先輩の寝顔を間近で観察した感想は？
So that question unlocked something I've been holding back, and memories of that morning flooded back into my head. And he looked so peaceful, like an innocent child. In contrast to that, his body is so big and sturdy and manly.
顔、また赤くなってますよ。思ったよりも悪くなかったって感じでしょうか。それは先輩って思いのほか乙女だったんですね。いろいろと経験豊富な方だとばかり思ってたんですが。
And I thought you were the expert in romance.
ゆるちゃんがいじめる。
But when it comes to me, it's a different story. And I sniffed and wiped an imaginary tear from my eye. But Yoru didn't back down. In fact, she seemed to be enjoying this a lot.
さて、冗談はここまでにして。結論なんですが、少し時間をいただけますか？恋愛相談なんて初めて受けましたので、いろいろと整理する時間が欲しいんです。
Okay.
了解。
So give me some time.
おかえりよるちゃん。どこ行ってたの？ただいま。かなこさんのところにちょっと。ね。何かいいことあったの？
So it was just gossip talk?
どうして？だってすごい楽しそうな顔してるもん。
Well, you're happy.
それはもう。
Well,
いろいろと面白い話を聞かせてもらったわ。
I'm sure it's best if I keep all of this a secret from Asa.
ゆるちゃんがなんか黒い。
Or Nesan. Okay, so what ideas does Yoru have for Kanako?
おはようございます。おはよう。
Good morning. And Kanako comes bounding out of her room and down the stairs. And she took her seat and looks from me to the kitchen and back again, a quizzical look on her face.
Yoru-chan? Ohayou gozaimasu.
So Kanako stares dumbly at Yoru as she, flitted around the kitchen.
ちゃん、朝食は自分が作るって急に言い出して。
Well, she already started by the time I got up, so I figured, why not? So let Yoru make breakfast today.
なるほど。言っておくけど、生半可な料理じゃ私は満足しないからね。
And I'm sure she'll make something good. Hey, don't act like you're some celebrity chef. You're in no position to judge, Kotori.
お待たせしました。どうぞ。
Okay, so here you go. Okay, so what did Yoru make for breakfast? And I found it difficult to tear my eyes away from what had been placed on the table. Kotori and the others look equally confused. So what's this?
何って、お赤飯ですけど。
So it's red rice.
いや、それはわかるんだけど。
Well, I know that.
どうして朝からお赤飯？
So what's with this then?
なんだか急にお赤飯が食べたくなったの。それに、かなこさんも好きだって言うし。かなが
？And Kotori didn't look convinced. Wait, so Kanako likes this?
昨日の夜、私に言ったじゃないですか。
Remember? Kanako gasped, apparently only just realizing what Yoru meant.
さあ、冷めないうちに食べてください。
So, eat up! And considering this is allegedly one of her favorite foods, Kanako did not look that eager to dig in. So wait, I think Kanako bluffed and it's not her favorite dish. So I wonder how she felt at the end after eating the red rice. Oh, phew, so, well, no leftover means clean up is easier at least. So, after dinner, I went to clean things up. So, they all ate and they tried to make sure they finished it so that they don't have to deal with it as a leftover. I decided tonight's main dish would be curry and rice. It's easy to make and always a popular choice too. And sometimes I went a little overboard with the spices, but generally people seem to like it. And Kako did not finish her meal. And normally she is the first one to clean her plate. I never seen her leave so much untouched before. Well, I hope she is alright. And although she'd been acting distant for a while now, this morning it is worse than ever. So she barely spoken a word, like she is deep in thought about something, and every time she looks at me, she starts to blush. And in spite of that, she could not take her eyes off of me. She turned away whenever she thought I am not looking, but I could tell. And I could only suppose this has something to do with the day I was sick. And that is the last time things had felt normal between Kanako and me. And since then, I still had not found a chance to sit down and really talk things through with her. Well, I'm going to have to just pin her down and hear what she has to say. And despite all the talk, Aoi has not been successful at pinning Kanako down. So now it's the next day. Hey, so leave me alone. Oh, good morning, Kotori. And, well, good morning to you too, Kanako. I'm hungry. Oh, right, so breakfast. Well, I'll get right on it. So, want to go ahead and use the restroom while you're waiting? And now, okay, so I'm sure Kotori can sense that something isn't right. Wait, so what's up, Kotori? Is there something on my face? Nothing? Well, let's see. So where is it? Well, I'll get it. So here you go. So Kanako takes the bottle of soy sauce from Aoi, and their fingers touched for a brief moment. Oops, sorry. Well, it's no problem. So now Kotori is sharing what she saw with the other members of the soaring club. So I'm sure there's no Aoi in the conversation. So what's weird? Well, I think you're just seeing it too much, or you're thinking or dreaming of things, Tori-senpai. But it is quite suspicious regardless. Well, I'm sure you haven't lived with Kana long enough, so you don't know about Kana's dressing habits. So her dressing up is quite suspicious and strange. Well, don't worry, Nissan. Well, I'm going to go figure it out as the master. So I'm going to be the master detective. Well, I'm going to find out and figure out what is going on. And there she goes. So I wonder if Kotori went to ask other people for ideas like, hey, so what's the deal between Kana and Aoi-kun. So it looks like someone else is talking about it too. So it looks like it's Ryoko, who is also a boarder at the Flying Fish Manor.
かなちゃん、ちゃんと服を着るようになったでしょ？あれって水瀬くん以外の人に下着を見せたくないから自重してるらしいわよ。
Okay, so it's the other boarders. So Sanae, Ryoko, and Yuka.
でも、あんまりイチャイチャしてないよね。むしろお互いに遠慮してるというか。付き合い始めたばかりだから二人とも照れてるだけじゃない？その分二人きりの時にラブラブしてるのよ。
So it looks like the suspicions have spread to other people. So not just Kotori. So I went with Kanako to try to talk things through with her. And so, but she nimbly dodges all my attempts to catch her. She's always one step ahead. And the rest of the day flew by without me accomplishing anything. And on the other hand, some odd rumors are starting to go around.
例の噂だけど、かなこさんの学年まで広まってるらしいわよ。
So now more people at school know about this. Seriously? And I'm feeling a little bit bewildered. It is hard to imagine how people could get hold of such a weird idea. And Kanako and me going out, not just that, they said we start living together too. And if people would just stop and think about it, they see how wrong they are.
一躍時の人になっちゃったわね、葵。
But on the bright side, you're famous.
で、実際のところどうなの？実は一部事実が混じってたり。
Hey, no way. So they're completely groundless.
だよね。
Yes, I believe you sarcastically.
仲いいなぁとは思ったけど、そういう雰囲気じゃなさそうだったし。
But it does feel that some of the rumors are right. Well, what am I supposed to do now?
ぼやくなぼやくな。私からもフォロー入れといてあげるから。
Well, thanks. I appreciate it. So I got, let's see, flashes me a thumbs up. Okay, so I trust her to try her best, but I'm not sure if denials from anyone else would do any good at this point. Well, I hope Kanako is doing okay.
だから全部ただの噂。みんなの勘違いなんだって。
So on the other side, Kanako's trying to deny the rumors. So there's nothing going on between us.
そうなの？
But that's quite sad.
期待させちゃってごめんね。でもそれならなんであんな噂が？噂になるようなことあったとか？いやー、なんでだろうね。あまり身に覚えがないんだけど、下着姿で出歩いてたからとかじゃない？それは全然関係ないと思うけど、大いに関係あると思うけどな。
Okay, so now Kanako comes out. Oh, good morning.
おはよう、ダーリン。愛してるわ。
Hey, that's just the kind of behavior that's starting all those rumors around us, you know.
ごめんごめん。
Oops, just teasing you.
いやー、しかし参ったね。
But it is quite bad though. Hey, you don't seem all that worried about it. And I've been doing my best to deny and put a stop to any and all rumors I hear. And apparently you and I are already thinking about getting married.
みたいね。私から告白したとか、葵くんが告白したとか。
So I wonder who will make the first move, and it seems that Kanako's enjoying all these rumors.
朝ちゃんの学年だと学生結婚を果たしたことになってるらしいわよ。
And it's like every news story tries to take things an extra step further. And I could not help but smile. Kanako seems to pick up on my mood and smiles back at me. And the way our thoughts synced up kind of had me on the back foot though.
まあ、先生方は本気にしてないみたいだけど、突拍子もない噂だし。
Well, it'll probably turn out once everyone finds something else to talk about. And a lot of the people who ask me about it are just looking at or to yank my chain anyways. So they just want to tease me and make fun of me. And then again, the guys who ask me for romance tips and the girls that coyly fish for intimate details are still in the majority. And it's probably the same for Kanako in her class. And I guess there are some kids that have been completely a fool too. And for Kotori, so I caught a slight of Kotori out of the corner of my eye. She's making none too subtle attempts to hide herself in the shadows. So it looks like the rumors are true. Well, she had no idea how obvious she is being, does she?
もう騒ぐだけ騒いだらみんなコロッと忘れちゃうわよ。
Well, I'm sure it'll get old, and if nothing continues between us, then people will stop thinking about it. Well, I hope so. And I wish I was as good as you, staying out of the spotlight. And it felt like as soon as I got through denying one story after another, another would spring up to take its place. And how did these rumors even get started in the first place? I think it's just one person talking about it, and it goes to someone else and such. And there's other people in the Flying Fish Manor as well. And looking back on the last few days, only one explanation occurs to me. Oh right, so I've been meaning to ask you something for a while now. And before he has his chance, once again, Kanako runs away. So wait, that day you took care of me while I am sick. So did I do something to, She's gone. And in the few seconds I took my eyes off of her, Kanako had run off. And from somewhere far off, I heard the sound of a door closing. Aw, geez. So not again. So another failed attempt. So what does Akari think?
こんにちは。休養でちょっと飛び様相まで。休養ですか？ええ。可及的速やかに確認しなければならないことが出てきたから。私たち問題を起こした覚えないんですけど。
Well, I can't recall any problems.
ああ、誤解しないでちょうだい。
So maybe I need to be more clear.
用があるのはソアリング部ではなく、水瀬くんとかなこさんの2人によ。というわけで一緒に来たんだけど。
Okay, so I came along to... Oh, great. So now that Akari is in the picture, it's going to make the rumors worse. And given that she's pretty strict as the student council president, I'm sure nothing good will happen. And Akari knows Kanako's bad history as well. And I'm summoned from my room by Akari. It is nice she's taken time away from the student council to visit, but her silence worries me. And she fixed her attention on me with an even more fierce gaze than usual.
ちょっと葵、一体何しでかしたのよ。あんなに怒ってるあかりさん、初めて見るんだけど。
So why is Akari angry? Well, I blame the rumors about me and Kanako. She probably expected an explanation. Aga nods, satisfied. And the rumors now said that Kanako and I had gotten married and gone on our honeymoon all over the course of a summer vacation.
こっちですよ、かなこさん。あら、本当にあかりちゃんだ。私に話って？
So why is she here?
かなこさんには後で聞かせてもらうわ。
Well, I'll talk to you later.
まずは水瀬くん。あなたからよ。
So you are first, Minase-kun. Alright.
先日、気になる話を耳にしたわ。ここに来たのは、真偽のほどを確かめるためよ。
Okay, so for you, I heard rumors about your relationship, and I'm just here to see if it's true or not. Okay, so this is something good for the next episode, and we'll see what kind of questions Akari asks Aoi about, and I wonder what she'll do about it. And also wonder what kind of questions Akari will ask Kanako once she's done with Aoi. So apparently the rumors have gone wild, and it's gone ridiculous, and for some reason, the students of Keifu Academy believe it, and they twist it and spread it even more. So we'll see how all this comes down in the next episode.